believe that. Kinda can't believe that. Well, welcome back to Rated M for Immaturity. This is a rare solo stream. I just really want to check out... I assume this is normal difficulty. I want to check out a little bit of this new game. So symbol is very... I mean, I don't see it at all. But whatever, I guess that means brightness is going all the way up. Alright, and then it's still registering. Yeah, okay, cool. And sound check. Cool, awesome. Awesome. Unique wooden masks are carved to honor the dead, placed in sacred shrines. These masks gradually return. No, it's gone. Oh, that's pretty. Ooh, and let me just post real quick that I'm live, because I forgot to do that. Pulse. Ooh. Cool. I already like the way this feels. Just post that real quick. And then I'm going to post it in 2 other places real briefly. Just real quick, apologies for this taking a few seconds. Okay, there we go. Alright, let me see here. Okay. That's cool. I like that. It's already a... Oh, this looks like such a fun and whimsical thing. I could tell I could be playing this on a slightly better TV, though. Let's see, is that the right way? No, hold on. There's a few different ways we could... Alright, what about over here? What's going on? Okay. What do we got? Big, like a temple door? Nope, can't do anything with that. Okay. I guess just standing on it was enough. Whew. Alright. Well, welcome to Rated M for Immaturity. I should have done the whole shtick at the beginning. We, play games and talk a whole bunch of shit. That's kind of the whole thing. Normally there's a co-host. I'm just doing this by myself because I wanted to check out this game right away. I didn't want to wait for anybody.
I sense suffering here, Spirit. Do you need help?
God, this animation is just beautiful.
Nothing. Oh,
This is spectacular.
This is my home. My village.
Just made affiliate status this morning, and
Back. Spirit to guide.
we also hit 90 followers this morning. Alright, light attack, heavy attack. Oh, I love the music and stuff too. This is great. Although you know what, I probably should turn all of that down a little bit. Yeah. Ooh, that's a good dodge. That's a good dodge. That's a... Nice. All right. Is that it? You're not going to activate? All right. This seems like this might be the place to go. Ooh, shit! What did that do? And now if I stand on here... No? Ooh. Oh, but there's 2 trees. There's just 2 trees. Alright. And what does that do? Awesome. Awesome, awesome. It's simple, but, you know, sometimes that's good. So many games are so complicated, and they're such time sinks that to have something that's just like an 8 to 12 hour, like, story-driven, level-based game is really nice. It's so nice. Just something simple, you know? And hey, if you're having fun hanging out here and you want to know when we're going live, consider dropping us a follow. Or if you're watching this on YouTube later, a like it or a subscribe. I hate plugging stuff. I do. I hate asking people to do things for me. I really do. But I have to get into the habit of doing that. Oh, it's like little kids' spirits or something over there. Oh, wait. Do those all... We should be turning all these on. Does that do something? Does that affect anything? Alright, doesn't seem like it does.
I saw him here somewhere.
God, beautiful looking game. Goddamn.
Where did he go?
Like, I've been watching, rewatching a bunch of the, kind of starting from the beginning, watching the early Pixar movies again, and this looks better than, I mean, even The Incredibles in like 2004, 2005. This looks better than, so far, this looks better than all of them. We'll see. Yeah, that's incredible.
I did.
That really blows my mind. Hey, Slim Callie, how you doing? How are you doing? I'm doing fantastic. I just hit affiliate status officially this morning, and I do have to work today, but I wanted to get, even if it was a short stream, I wanted to get a stream in just to be, I don't know, celebratory. Just do like a first affiliate stream. Just getting ready for work. Nice. I will be doing the same fairly shortly. But, yeah, I just really wanted to Thank you. Thank you. It's pretty cool. It's kind of surreal, but definitely excited about it. Ooh, found a friend. What is I got a friend buying this game today on the nice, and that's what I'm playing it on right now. I like it so far. I'm literally 10 minutes into the game, and I'm taking my time to look around, but it's cool so far. I feel like so many games nowadays are such big time commitments, right? There's so much going on, and there's open world and all these side quests, and not that I don't like games like that, because I do, but it's nice to just have something that is a relatively straightforward, story-driven, linear, level-based game. I think that's really nice. And it's honestly pretty. Oh my God! Did you just subscribe? Well, thank you, Slim Callie. That's wow. I didn't think that there would be any subscribers for a while. I just hit one milestone, and you're already setting me up to be at another one. Thank you so much. That is truly kind of you. Also, I know as an affiliate, I'm supposed to like have ads set up. I have no idea how to do that. I'll have to learn a lot, like about how the systems of Twitch work. But hey, wanted to be the first. Huge congratulations! Thank you so much. Seriously, Sim Kylie, I appreciate it. So kind of you. That's awesome. That's so awesome. Oh, cute! Mushrooms grow out of the ground when you collect them. That's adorable. No, that's so fucking cool. That's so cool. But yeah, I have to learn a lot about how like to like operate Twitch. I really need to work on figuring out some of the systems, like how to have if somebody subscribes or follows, have that actually like show up on the stream. And have those messages pop up and cool stuff like that. Or I guess having an ad isn't necessarily cool, but some of that's how I'm at some point. I genuinely want to do this as a full-time job. I want to work up to that. Might take a while, but I definitely think that is in the cards for the future. Figure all that stuff out as you go along. If you need any help, hit me up. I don't know it all, but I know a few things that could help. Hey, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome, dude. Yeah, if there's any I'll hit you up if there's any specific advice that you have. Or could we just do like a bunch of different. Oh, cute! You just have the little rat guys. Oh, that's adorable. I'm not normally one for the cutesy games necessarily, but this one's pretty awesome, I have to say. But no, yeah. I guess if there's anything you can think of off the top of your head that you're like, oh yeah, you should definitely know how to do this. If you want to send me like a private, is that a DM or a private message or a direct message? I don't know what the lingo for that is, but whichever one of those things that is. Ooh. I have to collect more rot to purify this dead zone. Interesting. Okay, alright. Yeah, absolutely. I have a Discord myself. Do you have a Discord for your channel as well? Ah, that's how we do that. That sounds awesome. I do. Send me a link to join your server, and I'll join that. Yeah, yeah. Let me do that real quick. Let me grab that link for you. Also, I should probably go and activate the Nightbot to like put in like links and stuff for me sometimes. I should probably try and do that. That seems like a very necessary, helpful thing. Ooh. Do I have enough? Still play Grease? Yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of Grease. I actually played it. I want to say a year ago or 2 years ago, something like that. Just on my own time, and then I have I have about 8 rotating co-hosts on my streams, and it's actually rare what I'm doing right now that I'm streaming without someone else co-hosting. And so one of my co-hosts never played it, and I was like positive that he would enjoy it, so I started us up a stream. We haven't finished that game yet. We'll definitely come back to do another part soon. But yeah, I definitely am planning on coming back to that one, finishing that off soon. My day job schedule has gotten slightly different than I want it to be, so it's like making some streaming just a little bit harder, but hopefully I'll be able to figure that out. Send the rot onto objects in the environment, collect rot to level up and gain more rot actions. Okay. Alright. Ooh, what about up here? Oh, that's where we came from. Is there anything down here? No, it doesn't look like there is. Alright. Yeah, I loved Grease. I thought it was just fantastic. The art style and the beautiful watercolor art style is just amazing. But yeah, I'll hopefully have that. Hopefully, I'll be able to get that particular co-host over for another stream again soon. Oh god, this game is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I hate that I have to go to work soon because I'm only going to be able to play like, gosh, probably. Well, I mean, I can get a good chunk of time in. I can get a decent chunk of time in. But not as much as I wish I could just sit and play it. I would just not stop if I didn't have to. This feels, if it weren't for the graphics, this almost would feel like a classic PlayStation 2 game. Just in terms of, like, the idea that they've simplified it a bit, and the rot are scared and have gone into hiding. Attack enemies to build courage in combat. Spend courage to perform rot actions. Alright, sweet. Courage drops can form in the world. Collect courage drops with your pulse, or touch them to build up courage faster. Oh, forgot what the buttons were for a second. Rot are ready. They can destroy dead zone hearts or bind to enemies. Press square to quickly send your rot onto objects in the environment. The aim and ooh, okay. Well, that's cool. Because I was reading up on the studio too. This is their first game. I believe Ember Labs. They they were an animation studio for a while, and before they ever got into making video games. And I mean, clearly they've got a background in animation. Like, clearly. I am so just looking forward to whatever this team does in the future. Because I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say Sony either bought the studio or is at least rumored that they were looking to acquisition them. Considering this game's already like a first party or second party exclusive, I mean, I wouldn't be. Rot can move certain objects in the environment. Press square to have the rot pick up an object. Tell them where to go by aiming. Oh, that's cute. So it's like a Studio Ghibli / Pixar / Pikmin.
Right there.
That's kind of, yeah, it's Studio Ghibli, Pixar, Pikmin. / like also kind of a PlayStation 2 game. What do we got here? Alright, alright. What did that do? Is there something else over here? We were just picking up to clean. Just to be nice. Interesting. Alright. Hey, there we go. I love the way that the color, like, just kind of drains out of the image a little bit when you get into an area that's taken over by the rot, or not the rot, but the little cute creatures in the rot, I guess, but...
I know you're kind. You sense the power that flows through this land, but you do not fully understand it.
Huh.
And corruption are all that remain here.
This land can be healed, but you cannot stay here, Spirit. You must move on.
You are the one who does not belong.
I'm sorry if I'm not talking a ton, but I am genuinely captivated by this. This is where I need the camera and to like actually show my face so that there's something, there's some just a little bit more interaction happening. I need to get a whole new computer though. I need a whole new PC. Ooh, this shit's got to recharge. Oh, shit. Can I... Oh, he's too big to bind. Well, I appreciate that, Slim Callie. I try. I love talking to people. One of the reasons I thought that this would be a good fit for me, just to stream in general, is really because I'm incapable of shutting up a good chunk of the time. Oh, you have no idea how much trouble I got in like, elementary school, like, early grade school, because I just wouldn't shut the fuck up a good chunk, like, damn near every class I was in. Alright, I'd buy a little plush stuffed animal of one of these, I'm not even gonna lie.
You can come out. It's safe now.
Look, Sire, she cleared away the poison. The little guys can eat it.
I find it so funny that these little cute things are supposed to be like the natural like death spirit, basically. Like they're making sure everything rots properly.
Here a long time and take care of ourselves.
I can see that. You both look very strong. Do you
Honestly,
think
I'm kind of hoping that this is like
We don't know, but when he shows up,
a better
grows stronger. Hey, what are you?
something that does what Raya and the Last Dragon was trying to do, but better. Because I thought that movie had beautiful animation, but like it really, I thought, was lackluster when it came to the story.
To help us with something first.
But this seems to, well, we'll see. So far, it's beautiful. I haven't gotten that far to say how good the story is, but
Our brother Tar was trapped deep in the forest. We need you to help him.
oh, so you just said you were okay, kids. You just said you were perfectly capable of taking care of yourselves, and you didn't need help too. You're bragging about it. Now you're asking for help. I'm gonna do it. I just want to point out that you were just bragging that you didn't need help,
Help us
though.
free Tar, and we'll take you to the mountain shrine.
Oh, it's a tit for tat kind of thing. All right.
Woohoo! Come on, our village is this way.
See, is anything gonna happen? Yeah, I've been enjoying Deathloop a lot. I'm streaming that Deathloop. I stream every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time to about 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I've been so only streamed it for 2 weeks now, but I'm enjoying it a lot. It's probably about 6 hours or so. Yeah, 6 hours of game. It's super fun, super fun. I am just a big fan in general of games that at least attempt to work the like video game mechanics into world building elements. It's something I really appreciated about Death Stranding. Returnal, I thought, did a really cool job of that. Deathloop is also doing it. A lot of time loop games. Sorry, I was going to stream it last night, but decided on Death's Door at the last minute. Death's Door, that's the one with the crow. It's almost like people have compared it to like a 2D Dark Souls. Is that right? You play as a crow. I think because I was watching some of your stream, but I was listening to it more than I was watching it, so I didn't quite see a lot of the game itself. But correct me if I'm mistaken. I think that's the game. It's the Crow Souls. This is what I want to call it. God, this game is pretty. Heiko discovered the village. All right, this is one of those games where they're just gonna give me a bunch of trophies for. All right, cannot do anything with that yet. Crow with sword. It's Blast, really solid game. I want to play that. I want to play that. That game looks cool. I've got a particular co-host that I am. So every Monday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then more often if we can make it happen. We're Monday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we've been getting in unscheduled extra streams around 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on Tuesdays. But I have one particular co-host that I do just Souls games with, and we've beaten Demon Souls Remake, Dark Souls 1, and we have like 4 bosses left in Dark Souls 2. So we're like just on the verge of getting done with our 3rd one. So I'm gonna put Death's Door on our list for for Souls games for that particular co-host. That'll be one we do at some point, even if it's not multiplayer. You know, we'll get to it because we got Bloodborne. We'll be starting Bloodborne up next. Dark Souls 3 after that. Sekiro after that, and then Elden Ring comes out in January. So I don't know. We might not finish all of. We might not be able to finish all of the other games before Elden Ring comes out. I'm thinking we could finish Dark Souls 2 and maybe Bloodborne before Elden Ring. Huge Soulsborne fan. I have so many hours in Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3, and Sekiro. Nice. That's awesome. I'm really excited to get to all of those because I'm you know, for a long time I didn't get into the Souls games. I just kind of, without really playing them, I just thought, oh, these are too hard for me. I'm not a good enough gamer to really do these. But you know what? It was in April this year. I decided I wanted to start trying to stream, and I thought, you know what? That seems like a good franchise to try and get into. Neo, The Surge, and Code Vein. I tried Neo before I was streaming, and I didn't get super into it, but I wasn't into this franchise and the Souls style in general. So now that I'm into it, I do think I want to revisit Neo and give it another chance. I'll probably end up checking all the Souls-like games out at some point on the stream. I think definitely at some point I will. Create karma by defeating corrupted enemies, restoring the environment, and finding fruit for your rot to eat. From the upgrade menu, use karma to unlock new abilities. Kina can improve her base skills and infuse her abilities with rot to create powerful attacks. Oh, upgrades. All right, what do we got here? Neo is excellent. It can be a little more difficult, but definitely an excellent game. Nice. I've heard good things about it. The main video game podcast I listen to is called Rage Select. And the guy that runs that is a big fan of, at least I remember being a really big fan of Neo 2 in particular. Sprint to light attack. All right. Sweet. There you are. But, Dark Souls 2, yeah, we got the Ancient Dragon, King Vendrick, I forget the names of the last two bosses, but we're real close. Real close on that one. And then, I'm super excited to get into Bloodborne, because I am just a fan of, like, that kind of Lovecraftian cosmic horror in general. Oh, it's a fast travel? Oh, cool. Interesting. I wasn't expecting a fast travel in this game. I thought it would be too linear to have one. That is interesting. Oh, I can't go through there yet. But Bloodborne is the next one. I'm very excited to get to it. I do think because Elden Ring is going to be coming out relatively very soon, I don't know. We might finish Dark Souls 2, play Bloodborne, and then we might just go straight to. We might skip over a few and go straight to Elden Ring, just because. What is that? Just a bowl? I got a pot. You can make them wear it as a hat. That's cute. We might. Just based on timing, because I want to play Elden Ring like right when it comes out. At the very least for the sake of streaming it when it's brand new still. So we might have to play that and then come back.
Maybe Zaju can help. He's usually at the Masked Shrine. You'll know when you see the sacred trees.
Okay. Same. I want to play Elden Ring day one. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And I play all the Souls games with my co-host, so we do a multiplayer. We do the online multiplayer. So games might be slightly easier and faster because of that. But honestly, I'm okay with that since the difficulty, the challenge of the series can get so intense at times. I'm okay with doing it mostly in the easier version. Let's see, is this... Can we go through that? Not yet. All right. I'm okay with forcing the game into being just a little bit easier that way. And granted, even in multiplayer, it can still be very difficult sometimes. All right, definitely not this way. There we go. Sweet. Hey, Slunk Alley, have you played Otogi? Otogi was developed by From Software, and it was an exclusive to the original Xbox system. And it's really cool, like Japanese mythology, like more like hardcore. It's cool. It's really cool. If you ever have the opportunity to check it out, I highly recommend it. If you like From Software's other games, and if you're a big Soulsborne fan already, Otogi, it doesn't have the difficulty that the Souls games do, but I definitely think you can see certain building blocks of what the Souls games eventually became, or like what they were when they eventually came out. I think you can see some early building blocks in Otogi. In particular, Otogi 2. I never actually played the first one all that much back in the day, but the second game, Otogi 2 Immortal Warriors, was fucking awesome.
They asked me to help free a boy named Taro.
Switchboy, you feel kind of fishy. Hey, welcome, Switchboy. Welcome to the first affiliate stream. Hey, Divine Miss Klein, how you doing? Thank you. Thank you for the congrats. I hope you're having an awesome day. Switchboy, I hope you're having an awesome day. Or nights, whatever time it is right now. Don't have the same for love for this as Rift Apart. Hey, that's okay. To each their own. You are not required to like everything, and that is okay. That is a-okay. That is totally a-okay.
Our traditions are different, but
I'm really into this so far. To me, it feels like if Pixar and Studio Ghibli like somehow blended their animation together. Yeah, I loved Rift Apart. And I do think that'll probably be what I do think Rift Apart I will like it ultimately better, but I think this is really cool so far. Yeah, the What If Sony bought Pixar. That's exactly what this looks like.
Their brother's fate will be difficult for them to understand.
Oh, he's dead, huh? Alright, we got a dead brother here. Okay, but oh my god, you just did 3 subs. Oh my god, thank you so much. That is 3 subscriptions. Divine Miss Klein, that is so absolutely kind. To Josh Boy, Mr. Revan7, and No Name. Thank you so much. That is so incredibly kind of you. I feel like this game will kill Breath of the Wild too. Yeah, maybe. I mean, to be honest, I wasn't super into Breath of the Wild. I gave it a shot. I played about 10 hours of Breath of the Wild, and for some reason, I just couldn't get into it. I don't know. It wasn't that I thought it was bad. It was maybe a little aimless for me. This game will kill both. I don't know if it'll kill any companies, but I don't know if it'll kill any companies. I think this is cool. I think this is good. I don't know if it's going to blow people's minds so much that it puts some other companies down. We'll see, though. Hey, you never know. Crazy things have happened in this world, especially recently. So, you never know. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Spirit mask, huh? All right. So that's how we open these barriers. No, thank you, Divine Miss Klein. That is absolutely fantastic. Wow, 4 subs, and I've only been an affiliate for like an hour. Real MVP. Yeah, seriously, Divine Miss Klein is the real MVP right now. Seriously, hardcore. Should I just look at it? Aha, just had to be closer. Just had to be closer. Yeah, seriously. So, yeah, I can see the Zelda influence 100%. I will say this feels like a more old school Zelda game. If we're gonna compare it to Zelda, I think it feels like more like a Nintendo 64 Zelda game. And I honestly am a bigger fan of that era of Zelda than I am of like some of the newer ones. I don't know. Those are the games that I am more beloved to me personally. Do you know Genshin Impact? I know of it. But I have not played it myself.
You'll get it.
What are you guys collecting? Oh, that's okay, Divine Miss Klein. You don't have to know a lot about gaming to have fun. It's my number one hobby, for absolute sure. If Nintendo does not make a 4K Switch, they might stop making consoles. I mean, I don't know. I think we'll probably get a 4K Switch at some point. I just feel like it's even their own game lags on the Switch. Is there a lot of lag out the Switch? Yeah, I have a Switch. I've never really experienced that, but maybe I just haven't been playing the games that lag. Maybe that's just me. We're also just to say we're also at 90 Mario 3D World. I've played Mario 3D World. I have yet to have lag in it, but I haven't played the Bowser's Fury part. So maybe that specifically is what lags. Oh, can't do that. Well, I seriously though appreciate that, Divine Miss Klein. I cannot say how much I appreciate it. What is the button prompt that is popping up over here? Oh, okay, that's what it is. 3D World's awesome, and I loved Bowser's Fury. You think Breath of the Wild 2 might not even be playable on the Switch? Think they'll be doing a new console that fast? I think Nintendo said that the Switch is like, I want to say halfway through its life cycle right now. So I feel like we still got a good couple of years of Switch. Love 3D World, but the lag is so bad. See, it's interesting you say that, because I haven't had that problem. Is it like bad lag, like trying to do it like online multiplayer is like bad lag? Because I just playing it like offline. Me and my fiance will sit and play that sometimes, and I've never once had lag in the game. But again, maybe that's just me. Maybe I just got lucky. I don't know. Make a new Nintendo Switch. Market it like New Coke. Good luck with the stream. Heading out, but we'll check you out again. Thank you, Divine Mrs. Klein. I hope you have an awesome day. Whatever you are doing, I wish you the best. Only had lag with playing with certain people online. Otherwise, no lag with 3D World. Yeah, I guess I haven't tried playing it online at all.
More of that nasty stuff blocking the path. Can you get rid of it so we can get through?
Yeah, so maybe. Yeah, I haven't had issues with it online, offline. But I could see maybe online. So your rock can purify special flowers to restore Kina's health. Send your rot onto them outside of combat. Oh, okay, cool. Ooh. Hey, there we go. I am streaming straight from the PlayStation 5. I need to purchase a new PC. I just haven't had the money to do it just yet. But that is something that I am hopefully going to be doing in the hopefully very near future. I am definitely trying to make it happen as soon as I can, for sure. Yeah, for right now, I am just going directly from the PS5. Destroy the shield sticks without breaking the shield. Cool. HP laptop, Core 7 touchscreen 4K, 30 and things, it still lags. Even that nice little laptop, and it still lags. Do you think do you think it's because of the internet that you have? Maybe? Or do you think that could be the reason? Maybe it's not the computer, but... Oh, this game is just adorable. Just delightful. This is just a good time. And it is perfectly fine. Maybe it's the stuff on my laptop. Well, I mean, hey, hopefully...
What that is? It's a forest tear.
Ooh, forest tears temporarily restore the rot to their original form. Move the cloud in this form, the rock can attack enemies, destroy barriers, and clear corruptions. Oh, that's interesting.
Whoa, look what happened.
Hoping to get a Steam to stream from that.
So cute.
Nice, that'd be cool. That'd be cool, Switch Boy. That'd be awesome. I'd come check that out.
Fix, Kana?
That's cool. That's very cool. Ooh, there's something over here. What's over here? Steam Deck is my go-to PC portable if I want to play games like Halo on the go. Nice, nice. Yeah, if I gamed more on the PC, that does sound like it would be a pretty useful tool. This is basically like a Switch, more of an on-the-go gamer. Yeah, fair enough. I'm more of a plant myself on the couch for 6 hours gamer. But hey, again, to each their own. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. So just look up the chat, make sure I haven't missed anything real quick. Yeah, cool. Awesome.
Over here, Kana. There's something in the ground. I bet a forest tear can grow here.
Do I think we need a Mario Odyssey 2? Maybe if they want to make one, I suppose. I'd play it because I did like Mario Odyssey. The rumor that I have heard is that the Mario Odyssey team is working on a Donkey Kong game. And I think that, to me, would be more interesting than just a straight-up sequel. Granted, I think a sequel would also be cool. I totally think a sequel would also be genuinely really cool. I'm curious to see. Let's call it the a sequel to Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. You know, I never actually played Tropical Freeze. I played the first one, the Donkey Kong Country Returns. I played that, but I did not play the Tropical Freeze one. Maybe I'll do that for a stream. I've gotten into playing all these really hard games recently. Dark Souls, Cuphead, that kind of stuff. Returnal was pretty difficult. But for some reason, I feel like I just am not good at the Donkey Kong Country games still. So maybe I need to do a stream just so that I could get better at it. Ori? Yeah, I love Ori. I'm a big fan of the Ori games. Big fan of those. I don't know if it's my favorite Metroidvania ever, but I do really like it. Those are great games. Those are really, really cool. Really, really cool. Very, very big fan of those. I like Hollow Knight, but I find Ori better because of the story. Yeah, I tried Hollow Knight and I honestly couldn't get into it, but again, I didn't spend a lot of time on it. So I think I probably just need to sit with it longer and just really try and get into it more. Let's see what I like Hollow Knight, but I find Ori better because the story platforming powers. It's my favorite PC game. Yeah, Ori's fucking cool, man. I bought an Xbox One back when Ori first came out. I think it was when Ori came out. That was the reason I bought an Xbox. Slim Callie said, I never finished Ori. I want to go back and finish it. Currently playing through the Hollow Knight. Nice. I should give Hollow Knight another try. I own it. I should definitely give it another shot. And I definitely... Oh God, excuse me, I'm having a little hiccups there. Excuse me. And I definitely recommend going back and playing Ori. Did you, Slim Cali? Did you play the sequel? Did you play Will o' the Wisps as well? Did you try to 100% Will o' the Wisps? Nice, nice. That's awesome. That is awesome, Switchboy. Cool, another flash travel. Hollow Knight is amazing, challenging, but amazing. Yeah, I hear that, man. I hear that. That's a tough one. Hollow Knight made me rage so hard I was taking short breaths. I hear it. I hear it. I hear it. That's a difficult game. Even though I know I haven't played a ton of it, I know it is hard. Haven't finished Ori and the Forest yet, and then Slim Cali. I think if you like the first one, I think you'll really love this. I actually think the second one is better of the two. Personally, I thought the combat improvements they made in the sequel just blew the first game out of the water a little bit. But Ori, yeah, Ori. Ted says that Hollow Knight is the 2D Dark Souls. I believe that. I believe that. I absolutely believe that. Yeah, 2D Dark Souls. That's 100. I totally agree with that. Oh shit. Well, in Hollow Knight, we can't continue from where we left off. We have to go all the way back to the last bench, which is bullshit. I'm with you. I'm with you. But you know what? That's what those games are. They want to frustrate you. They're doing it on purpose. They're trying to get you to be upset. But then when you overcome them, that sense of satisfaction is just undeniably satisfying. I remember when I beat the final boss in Cuphead, how just elated I felt by that, and it was a genuinely kind of incredible feeling. Like Cuphead I honestly have found harder than any of the Dark Souls games so far. Refuse to play Cuphead, Slim Cali. It's hard, man. It's difficult. It is very difficult. Don't have the time for that. Hey, fair enough. That is a hard game. I love it, and I cannot wait because there is an expansion coming. Hey, you can just hang out when I stream it. That's instead of playing it yourself. That way you don't have to experience all the pain and the can't stop and compare Cuphead character design to Mickey Mouse. Yeah, well, that's totally what it's based on. Switchboy. It's based on that era, that kind of 1930s rubber hose animation, right? Is what it's what the nickname is, because it's got this kind of constant movement and flow at all times to all of the characters, right? So that rubber hose, that's 100% what it is based on. So, wonder if someone made a mod for Cuphead, a Mickey Mouse mod. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. The game's on PC, so be here for it. Awesome. It did that expansion has been pushed back multiple times because the studio doesn't want to do crunch, and I totally respect that. So who knows when the actual release will be, but yeah. Ooh, forest is getting all dark. Looks like the floor Kashyyyk in Knights of the Old Republic. Ooh. What is going on here? Crash 4 is your favorite first Crash game? No, you have not, but that's awesome. Crash 4 was hard. That's another pretty hard platformer, but I do love me some Crash Bandicoot. I do love me some Crash Bandicoot regardless, though. Oh, that looks fucking cool. What is going on here? Big spirit tree. Big old spirit tree. The entire campaign of Crash with oh wow, with the Joy-Con drift. That's impressive. That is impressive, Switchboy. Hey, Switchboy and Slim Callie. Here's a question for both of you. Did you see the studio that made this Kena and the Bridge of Spirits game? Did you see a couple years ago they made a like fan animated film on YouTube of Majora's Mask, and it was incredibly cool animation. It's really short. It's like only probably a minute or two long, but it's a really cool little bit of test animation. That this studio, I think they made it all kind of in a way to dip their toe into the video game world, and then use that to propel themselves into game development. I think, at least that's the reading I got from it. What happened? Did you see? Would you put on Tara's mask?
Here, but he's forgotten who he is. We need to find 3 relics to help him remember.
Go find these 3 things. That's how you know it's a video game.
The forest is huge. How do we know where to look?
Maybe Mr. Russo can help us. His house is up that way.
All right, let's go check with Mr. Russo. Besides seeing it on Watch Mojo, otherwise no. That's okay. But you saw like just the animation in general, though, like how kind of cool. Some Callie, I definitely recommend giving that a little like a YouTube or a Google search. It's super cool animation. Love Crash so much that I made a crossover comics, 2 comics, including 1 small one. Oh, you made some comics, huh? Hey, Barry Dream! Yes, welcome into the first affiliate stream. I made it literally this morning. I did the paperwork this morning. Thank you. It's super cool to be here, and I already got 4 subscribers. Divine Miss Klein came in and dropped 3 gifts, and Slim Callie is the first subscriber to the channel, which is awesome. You'll be able to bragging points on that. Hey, Edman, how you doing? Edman? Welcome in. I doing my first affiliate stream. Oh, is there some stuff down here? Oh, there's something glowing. What is this? What's over here? Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Whew. Switchway, it's certainly an interesting idea, man. Dude, like a crossover thing. Kind of sounds like almost like a Smash Bros. Type thing. Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool. That is interesting. How you doing, Edman? I hope your day's going all right. All right, let's just go up to the. Let's go where the game is telling us to go. Thank you. It's kind of surreal, to be honest, but I want to do this full time someday, so I'm working at it. And crossover fever. Hey, I get you. Sometimes those crossovers can be pretty cool. Sometimes they can feel cash grabby. That's just my opinion. Sometimes they're a little cash grabby, but I mean, hey, when they're well done, you know? But no, thank you everybody for coming to hang out. I appreciate y'all. Coming to celebrate that first affiliate stream. Which again is it's legitimately really surreal. I kind of can't believe it. Do you know at the end of my first comic, Mickey and I did not switch by. How's this game doing? Brand new, right? Yeah, this just came out yesterday. I would have played it yesterday, but I had some other stuff I was streaming, and so I just didn't get to it. But it's cool so far. It's like the best I think you could describe. God damn, the environment design in this is just gorgeous. But no, the best I think I would say the best way I could describe it is it's like it feels like a classic PlayStation 2 game. It has a really, really nice simplicity to it. Like, I was saying this earlier, but like, there's so many games today that, you know, there's these big, massive open world things with all these things to collect and all these side missions and all this content. And it's kind of nice to just have a game that feels like, now here's a relatively small 8 to 12 hour story-driven linear, maybe like semi-open world, like maybe there's like a little bit of an open worldness going on, but it's still relatively concise and small. But it's just nice to have something that is relatively short. Like, the older I get, the more I appreciate short games. You know, if like Assassin's Creed, I just can't do it anymore because the games to me they've gotten so big and they're just so fluffed up with, like, for me at least, like, some people might like them and that's totally cool, but for me personally, they feel like they're fluffed up with so many unnecessary and kind of grindy pieces of side content. It's really cool to just have something like this that's just it's small, it's straightforward, there's only so much going on, and you can beat it in 8 to 12 hours. Like, that's just, I don't know. Really appreciate that. Yeah, I haven't finished Persona 5 yet, as amazing as it is. I know it's about 115 hours. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, some of these games that are super long, like, are they cool? Are they really good? Yes. Do I want to put 100+ hours into every single game I play? No, I don't. So I'm okay with doing it sometimes for certain games. There might be certain things I get so into that I'm like, oh, it's worth that much time. Fine, totally. There's stuff that I'm totally willing to go with. But I do also just really appreciate having some smaller, more pared down experiences. Because I want to play as many different games as possible. And if too many games are, you know, too long, then I start to lose interest. And I'm like, but I want to move on. I want to go and get to the next cool thing. So we could try going around the side over here this way. Not quite sure how we're actually getting up over there. I don't know. I used to be the biggest fan of Assassin's Creed, and I'm feeling like fatigue on that particular franchise real bad. Because I've played the new ones, like the Origins and Odyssey and Valhalla, and I just, like, you know what? I liked Origins, right? The Egyptian one. I thought that was actually, like, not too massive. Like, I thought it was just big enough that it wasn't too bad. But Valhalla and Odyssey, there's just too much meaningless, grindy side content. Just too much of it. Yeah, you think you're done with Assassin's Creed? I am too. Unless they do something like really different to overhaul the game again, but I also feel like they only just overhauled it with Origins. And I liked Origins, but then I thought they kind of fucked it up again. So, I don't know. I think I'm done with it too. Plus, I was reading that the next game in the franchise is, like, going to be a straight up, like, Fortnite live service multiplayer game, and that's, like, what they want to turn Assassin's Creed into. And I'm just not, I'm not here for it. I don't have time for that. Again, I mean, you know, there's going to be a group of people that game totally appeals to, and that's totally fine. But that franchise is just not going to be for me anymore. That's whatever. Appeal to the people you're going to appeal to. I just feel like it trying to just rip off Fortnite, Ubisoft in particular lately, I'm just not happy with. But them trying to rip off Fortnite, it just feels so corporate, soulless, cash grabby. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not happy with Ubisoft lately. I honestly don't think I've liked a Ubisoft game since. God, when did Assassin's Creed Origins come out? Was that 2018? Yeah, that's true. Ubisoft killed off Rayman. I just feel like Ubisoft, like, I used to like some of the Ubisoft games, like a good chunk of them, but I don't know. Every single game of theirs feels like it's a giant open world side quest checklist thing now. I am legitimately curious about Far Cry 6, but I feel like they've showed so little gameplay for it that I'm like, yeah, but like, how good is it actually gonna be? Because I like the idea of an open world like Cuba in a video game. Just because like I feel like there's never been like a video game set in a like a open world Cuba before. Or maybe there has. Maybe I'm forgetting something, but that seems like a cool and original setting for a game, right? Like all the old cars and the kind of old school aesthetic of the buildings, and there's just a really cool environmental aspect just to having a game set in. I mean, I know it's not actually Cuba, it's like Yara, or I can't remember what the name is, but it's Cuba. It's just a fictional version of Cuba. See, some Kelly said, I love Far Cry, which is the open world checklist thing you speak about, but I love Far. I mean, hey, no, that's that's okay though. You can, like, there's nothing wrong with being into that style of game. I think that style of game can even be done really well. I just think that Ubisoft in particular has gotten lazy with it. Like, you could do a big open world game with a lot of, like, all the stuff to collect. You know what game I absolutely loved? Ghost of Tsushima. I platinumed that game because I loved it so much, and I never platinumed. I never platinum games in general. Usually, it's very rare that I put that effort in. I normally just am not. I just don't care about like trophies or achievements that much. But that game I loved so much that it motivated me to do it. And that's kind of got an open world checklist thing going on. So it's not that I don't think it could be good at all. I just think that Ubisoft in particular has gotten lazy with it in recent times. What was it? Switchboy asked, does God of War take place in the MCU? No. God of War is right. The Marvel Thor, right? It's a loose adaptation of Norse mythology, right? Norse mythology, and then that's what you also have. God of War is also adapting although God of War is adapting Norse mythology more accurately. It's not 100% accurate to actual Norse myth, but it's more accurate than the Marvel version, for sure. It's more accurate. I mean, Thor in the actual Norse mythology is a son of a bitch, right? He is an evil god. I mean, the Aesir, the gods of Asgard, are straight up evil. Like I don't want to say 100% evil, but like they're described as the evil pantheon, whereas the gods from Vanaheim, which is where, like, Freya, which is more of a nature goddess, those are slightly more of, like, the good gods in that context. I mean, I hesitate to just reduce it totally to, like, black and white, good and evil, descriptions, just because I think it's more complicated than that. Like, the Asgard gods are they're war gods. So superheroes? No, there's not superheroes in God of War. I mean, I guess maybe in a really loose sense, but let's see. Barry Dream, I've only heard good things of that game. Hope it gets a PC version. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Sony's been pushing to put stuff on PC lately. They, like, Uncharted even is getting a PC release in the near future. So Ooh, oh, I gotta go back and get that again. Yeah, even Uncharted is making its way to the PC soon. So I wouldn't be surprised. Sony's getting into the idea of releasing their games on PC, and I think that's great. More people get to play awesome games. I think that's awesome. I think that's a great thing. Ooh, I got a whole bunch of stuff for that. Let's see, can I get an upgrade yet? Create a Game Pass, just like how Mike. Switchboy. I think that would be a cool thing. They would certainly make a lot of money. It certainly would make money. R2, press square to create a wrought hammer. Ooh, that's cool. Ooh, that's badass. That's cool. Digging the upgrades so far. Yeah, like a Sony Game Pass type thing would be cool. I feel like that's inevitable. It's such a good business model for Microsoft, and it is making them so much money that I genuinely think it would be a mistake not to do that at some point. So I'd be surprised. Sony even have an IP. Microsoft has Master Chief and everything. Sony has a lot of IP. I think Nintendo might have the most, but so you guys, I gotta go for the day. Just passing by quick. Hope you keep enjoying the game, and congrats again. Thank you, Barry Dream. I hope you have an awesome day, whatever you're doing. Have a good one. I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out. Seriously, have an awesome day. I appreciate you. Sony is working on something similar. Yeah, I figured they would, honestly. It just would. I feel like it'd be silly not to. It would be silly not to try and to copy Microsoft in that sense. I will say, I personally, as much as I think that Game Pass is a great, I'm gonna turn. How's the sound quality, my voice compared to the sound of the game? Just to check with everybody, because I can turn the sound of the game down a little bit if it's too loud. I just want to make sure it's not over. Okay, cool, sounds good. I just want to make sure it's not like overbearing. But like personally, as much as Game Pass is a great service and it's financially really viable, it's a really good thing, especially because games are expensive and people can't necessarily always afford to just like spend money on all these games. Personally, though, I don't think I will ever use a service like that, and the reason why is I don't even really like digital games. Anyway, I am a hardcore old school. I like to have physical copies of everything.
What's wrong with Bruce's house?
The trees.
It's just me, but I just don't. I don't like the idea of digital content because I feel like it is too easy for digital content to be taken away from you. Look what happened to the PT Silent Hills demo, right? Or like licenses can expire, right? Like on my PlayStation 3, right? There are certain games where like if I don't renew my PlayStation Plus subscription, right, I'm just locked out of certain games. And because those games don't exist on the store anymore, I can't go buy them so that I have them regardless of PlayStation Plus. So if I for some reason can't renew PlayStation Plus for like some temporary, small amount of time, right, I'm just screwed out of having that game. Like entirely. I don't know. There's just some interesting Mario 35th anniversary. Yeah, there you go. They took that stuff away after what? It wasn't even around that long. See, there you go. Fortunately, for a while, I will be all digital because I have the digital PS5 and I am on PC, Steam and Epic and Game Pass, so all digital. It's not a fan, but I'm getting used to it. Fair enough. I mean, if it's what you got to do, it's what you got to do. And I think in the long run, because consumers will demand there be better solutions to these problems, I do think that we will eventually get solutions to those problems. I think something will happen that makes that not as much of an issue. Because it'll just, if the more that people use it and the more people, they're like, hey, we need this fixed. But I don't know. I think we'll get some workarounds to it at some point. But at least I really hope so. Because you know what? If they were able to do that, I'd consider having more digital stuff. But until they do that, I can't. I bought the physical, the disc drive PlayStation 5, because I will never submit to the digital overlords. I won't do it. Oh, there's two things here. See, Resident Evil on Xbox Game Pass. I mean, that'd be interesting. I guess Steam could give refunds for games you haven't played much. Yes. That is a practice that needs to be adopted by every company. That needs to be adopted by everybody. Yeah, 100%. That's a great business practice. And here's the thing too, here's the thing too about, yeah, you just couldn't find one. Fair enough. See, why buy a MacBook? I feel like if you're gonna buy a MacBook, it's probably because you want a different kind of computer, and you're probably not playing a lot of video games on your computer if you buy a Mac. Honestly, like I have a MacBook, but I don't play games on my computer. I only console game really. So PS5 in India is like riots. Really, is that bad? It's pretty scarce where I am, but it's not like I have never seen anybody like straight up get into a fight over it.
She is.
The bridge is broken. Maybe the rock can help.
Can you guys fix this shit? You gonna do this for me? Oh wait, did you guys have something to say? Did I need to talk to you first? Hold up. Oh shit! Oh hey, they can totally do it. MacBooks have the terrible storage, terrible battery, terrible. Yeah, if you're gaming on them, man, I don't recommend a MacBook as a gaming computer. I don't. I like my MacBook. It's like 10 years old and it runs pretty well still. Just for like just regular using a computer, right? Like just emails and like really basic stuff. I like my MacBook for that, but I would not game on it. I would not play video games on it.
Right there.
But you know, it was a couple years ago though. I just to go back. I don't know. It'd be nice if they did something like that though. It would be. Oh shit! I died. That was fast. Hold on. Let me catch up on a little chat here. Why can't Apple have a gaming laptop like everybody? I mean, yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool if they put something out. Irish Wake, welcome in. Welcome to the first affiliate stream of the channel. I hope you're having a good time. My work laptop is an MVP. I never would have bought a Mac on my own before, but now I'm highly considering a MacBook Pro or an iPad Pro for my laptop replacement. Yeah, no, I'm with you. See, I think MacBooks are not the greatest gaming computers, but I do think they're good computers if you're just using them for basic stuff. I think that they can be really good computers. I wouldn't play games on them though. At least not very many. At least not newer or very many games for sure. What is Apple trying to target? I don't know. They're just app. I mean, look. Here, I'll be completely open. I have an Apple computer. I hate Apple as a company though. Like regardless of the fact that I have one of these computers, I do not like that company. I hate it. I probably wouldn't say so, Switchboy, but I didn't. My computer was a gift, like 10 years ago, so I didn't pay for it to begin with. I just got to use it and then enjoy it, like without having to spend the money on it. It was a graduation present from a family member from forever ago. And without having to have spent the money on it, I can definitely say I enjoy it. If I had to spend the money on it, I don't know. I probably wouldn't have bought it. I probably wouldn't.
All right.
Oh, 100%. Microsoft is definitely more user-friendly. Totally.
Hurry! I don't think they can hold it for long.
Yeah, Apple sucks. Fuck Apple. Apple is a terrible, shitty company. Fuck Apple. I'm 100% on that train. Fuck Apple. I say I used to be the biggest Android fanboy until using one. The price is worth it for me, Apple products, to just have something that just works. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, if it works, right? Like, I think they suck as a company, but I do think they make products that work. So, there's a trade-off there. Like, there's a legitimate trade-off.
That corruption is powerful. There must be a relic nearby. I need to find another way around.
They kind of rock in the phone and tablets market. Yeah, they do. They totally. They make a product that works. I think I think Apple products are getting worse over time, though. Like, they're trying to pull more and more ridiculous shit. Like with the whole, what was the last one? Was it the 11, the iPhone 11, where it doesn't even come with a charger? Right? Was that the one? Like, it literally doesn't even come with one of the most basic fucking necessary pieces of the product. Like, there's stuff like that that's just irritates the hell out of me. So their business practices keep getting worse. Ooh. Whoa, all right. Or like, I swear to God, I saw that Apple sold, they sell the wireless earbuds. And then separately, they sold a cord to make your wireless earbuds wired. And I'm like, come on, they're just fucking with us at this point. They're just trying to see what people will put up with. But again, I think it's because with the first iPhone was so truly innovative that now they think they can just get away with anything. Yeah, Switchboy, the working conditions are truly horrible. I mean, they use, let's just be completely honest, Apple 100% uses child slave labor in other countries. So, again, fuck Apple. 100% fuck Apple. But it's like, how many, Nike does it, too? There's just so many companies do it. It's hard to truly boycott a company for it, because I feel like you'd have to boycott every company for it. Not that we shouldn't, stand up for ideals and boycott things, because I think we should, but it does get to be difficult when it's something that every one of these major American corporations is outsourcing slave labor all over the place. It's like, are you just going to buy literally nothing? Are you not going to buy, anything? And so it just, I don't know. It's a delicate balance, because I want to boycott companies that do shit like that. I really, really do. But I just worry that it's is it feasible to boycott everything? Because I don't think you can boycott everything. I do think we should do what we can, though. Definitely, we should do what we can. Oh, fuck Activision. Fuck Activision. Activision is terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Awful, awful company. Incredibly disappointed by everything going on with Activision. Alright, let me catch up on a little bit of the chat here for a second. Irish Rake, I would counter the Microsoft user-friendly statement. Windows succeeds because everyone is used to it. It is not intuitive and is an objectively bad experience, extremely bloated and increasingly cumbersome to use. But we're used to it because it's the standard. I'm not saying Apple wins any points with their closed ecosystem and forced lockdowns, but Microsoft should not be considered more than the lesser of two evils. 100% agree with you, Irish Wake. Microsoft, especially was it Windows I don't remember which one, but I mean, it was one of the more recent ones where they really just fucked it up really bad. Microsoft's push to the Windows Store and Steam's new focus on Linux gaming in case they get shut out is going to be the best move in desktop experience this decade. Yeah, I agree. Taking poor working conditions. Yep, I saw that. Don't know why the game industry is, aka Sony industry, etc. Yeah, I mean, like, look, Switchboy, it sucks. But especially in the United States, corporations are not held to legitimate standards. And sometimes they are forced to be held to standards, but even then, that's only some of the time. Corporations get away with a lot of bullshit, and I'd like to think that we're moving into an era where they get held accountable more often for their horseshit business practices. But I'm a cynical person, and I don't necessarily believe that things are actually going to get that much better in the near future. I mean, Ubisoft got in trouble for sexual assault in their offices that they did nothing about, and they basically, they got a warning, and they basically just waited until the news story blew over and nobody was talking about it anymore, and now Ubisoft it's like they're just not even in trouble, So I don't know what it takes to fix those problems. That's why with Activision, it's like, I'm glad that people are walking out. I'm glad that it seems like there's a little bit it seems like people are trying to help hold them to account, but after what happened with Ubisoft, it's like, will they actually suffer any consequences, or will they just say, yeah, we're going to try and be better, and then go back to business as usual? Well, because I think with Ubisoft, they fired one or two of the people responsible, but they didn't actually change anything internally about how the company works. So it's like, well, what's different? What'd you actually do differently? And so far, it doesn't seem like anything. Some people are even doing stuff to themselves because of the... Sorry, hold on. Check the catch up on chat here real quick. In India, it's kind of worse in racism. Is it really? Some people are even doing stuff to themselves because of these situations in the industry. Is it worse? Is it really a lot worse? That's interesting, because it's definitely not good here, I'll say that. The Activision Blizzard situation is the same thing. Blizzard got in a lot of hot water years ago, but it blew over, the merger happened, and we're back to the same thing. Exactly. It's like, I just don't believe when these companies say that they're taking criticism to heart and, we're gonna try and do better. I don't believe them. Corporations are never anyone's friend. Corporations they're not your friend. They're just not. I think I think the only way we get good things out of corporations is if they're competing with each other for our favor. That's the only way I think you get anything good out of corporations, is if they are trying to fight and screw each other over instead of screwing over the consumer. That's the only time a corporation truly works, because you know what? If they're fighting another corporation, then maybe they're too busy to fight, the customer. Even the whole thing with Epic Game Store and Steam, right? A lot of people hate that Epic is coming in and getting all these exclusives, but I actually think it's a good thing, because now Steam has... Now, it doesn't mean Epic is a good company, because I don't think there is such a thing as a good company. However, it does mean that it doesn't mean that Steam is now forced to put a little bit of effort in trying to have competition and trying to compete with another platform. And that will force Steam to do something, to try to do something better. Because Steam is, I don't know, I think Steam has been a little lacking in involvement and upgrading its system and its interface for so long, that somebody needs to come in and give Steam a kick in the ass to try and, push them forward. Is the game industry really trying to say that crunch is a myth? Because crunch is definitely not a myth. That is like every game studio that exists is trying to do crunch, or is doing crunch. Not trying to do it, but it is doing it. Yeah, Nintendo is bad about that. Definitely, Switchboy. Nintendo is bad about that stuff. Yeah, no, Nintendo's bad. Nintendo's bad. That's why, like, I don't even know how much I want to stream, like, Nintendo games when they come out, because Nintendo is so bad about the DMCA stuff. Like, I really want to play Bomb Rush Cyberpunk on stream when that comes out, but... Here, hold on. What was the, Oh, I can't even look at my upgrades. Shit, I don't remember how to do that move I just got. Oh, there he is. For the next president of Nintendo, I get rid of the DMCA law and hire fans like with Sega and Capcom. That'd be awesome. I'd love to see it. I don't think Nintendo's gonna change, but I would love to see it happen. I would. I really, really, really would like to see that happen. Oh shit, I am almost dead. I didn't even realize. I gotta be a little more careful. Yeah, I saw that. I saw the whole thing about Nintendo shutting down that Melee tournament. Didn't they like shut down or like try and take away because Smash Bros. Melee came out before any Nintendo system had online multiplayer features. Fans made their own netcode for Melee, I believe. And Nintendo basically like told them that that netcode is illegal and like shut the whole netcode down. I thought. I agree, Switchboy. I love Smash Bros. Melee. Oh no, I died. Oh no. Do I go back to the beginning of the boss? Is that a start over type thing? I think it is. I think that's a start over. Alright, let's try this again. Hey, me too, Switchboy. Smash is awesome. Smash is awesome. Oh shit. I'm already getting hit. Just gotta be more careful. One thing this game could use, is there one? Oh, there is a lock-on, okay. I guess the game just didn't decide to tell me there was a lock-on. Oh, shit. Ah! So much for careful. Nope. Yeah, I would continue to stream Nintendo games even if they copyright strike me. I would keep fighting back. Yeah, I mean, like, I'll probably will at some point. I don't know. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let my channel grow a little bit first, and then hopefully, if it's a little bigger and there's a little more going on, maybe I have more of an ability to try and request those things, or I don't know exactly how to fight those and how that all works yet. So I'm just avoiding it for now. But as I learn, I will put up the fight in the future when I learn and I understand a little bit more about how all of this stuff works. Alright, where are you coming? Oh, it's doing that thing again. Okay. Sir, you're making a mess right now. You know, Switchboy, I'm not a good person to ask because I've honestly spent no time playing online for either of those systems. I have only ever played single player or like local multiplayer on those systems. So I don't know if anybody else in the chat feels a certain type of way about that though. But I genuinely can't have an opinion on that. Oh, they got rid of the Miiverse. You know, the Miis are not something I ever spent a whole lot of time on, I'll be honest. I owned a Wii U briefly, but I like barely touched that thing. That's like a, I don't know. That to me, the Wii U was kind of a failed console. It just really didn't have almost any games on it. It just was so minimal. So I don't know. That's just me. If you're a big fan of the Wii U, totally awesome. You know, I'm not trying to tell you you're wrong, but for me personally, I just didn't think the Wii U was a particularly good system. Like technology-wise, like the idea of it, I liked, but there just wasn't enough games on it for me to really care that much. All right. I think after this cutscene here, I think I'm going to call this stream for today. I appreciate everybody coming out to hang out.
Found Mr. Russo. Come on.
Irish Wake, thank you for hanging out. Switchboy, thanks for hanging out. The Edman, I know I saw you in there. Divine Miss Klein, gifted 3 subs to the community is awesome. Save Slim Cali for last because you are the first subscriber ever. So I'm gonna give you a. I'm gonna say you last here. But seriously, thank all of you for coming to hang out for the first affiliate stream on the channel. Super fucking cool, surreal, but very exciting. Really happy to have all of you here. I thank you for your time. Let's see. Let's find somebody to raid. Because I gotta get going to my, I I gotta start getting ready for my job, so I'd probably say hello to whoever we raid, and then I'll probably dip out pretty quick. How about, here we go, Cheddar Bay. Cheddar Bay, love the stream, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that. That is confidence boosting to hear. Very happy to hear that. And especially since I don't have oh my God, Irish Wake, thank you for subscribing. That's so kind of you. Thank you. That is 5 subscribers now. That is so cool. I appreciate that a lot. And Grace the Cockney Mayhem, thank you for following. You are awesome. We are actually just wrapping up here, but I do appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. Super kind people. Just happy to have you. That puts us in the single digits, actually. We are only 9 away from the first 100 followers, which I think that's super exciting because I'm hoping to hit that first 100 by October 4th and 5th, October 5th, because I will be doing a marathon stream starting at 11 p.m. on October 4th for probably about 16 hours, marathon streaming Alan Wake Remastered from beginning to end. In celebration of achieving affiliate status and for the first 100 followers. Even if we don't hit 100 by October 5th, I'm still going to do it anyway. I just really want to put 100 in the title, honestly, more than anything. But let's raid Cheddar Bay. He's a cool streamer. He's just getting. I think he's just kind of getting into things and really trying it out. Send some support his way because he has come hung out with us a little bit and he has sent some support our way. So let's do that real quick. And seriously, have a good night, everybody, or have a good day. I hope you all have a good one. I'm going to be heading to my day job here after we're done, which I am, kind of looking forward to. Somewhat, we'll see. But, yeah, kind of. Awesome. All right, have a good one, everybody. I will see y'all later. See you next time.